Okay, class, today we're going to be learning about the 3 branches of government. Does anyone know what kind of government we have here in the United States? You know what it's called? What is it called, Jack? Orange County. Close. That is a city in California. What kind of government do we have? Who's our president? Lindsay?
Barack Obama.
Yes. And does anyone know what I mean when I say that we have 3 branches of government? What does that mean? Does anyone know? Nathan?
I think we have 3 important things.
3 important things. Exactly, exactly. What we have here is called a democracy. Does anyone know what that word means? Hazel, what do you think it means?
I think it means when they vote or agree or disagree with something.
Very good. Democracy means that not one person is in charge. Here in America, in the past and now, Americans fought really hard for our independence, right? Because President Obama doesn't make all the rules, does he?
No.
And we voted him in, right?
Yes.
So today we're going to learn about what our government is based on. It's based on democracy. And we're going to read a story, as you guys have in front of you right now, about the tired king. His name is King Louis the Upteenth. The Upteenth. Upteenth is kind of like a number, like he's King Louis the 14th. Can anyone tell me who is kind of like our president here at school? Who makes the rules, or who enforces the rules? Jack?
The principal.
The principal, yes. But when we're outside playing, who enforces the rules? Frida? Yes. Miss Rhonda and Miss Yvonne. What about Miss Landon? What do you think Miss Landon does? Does she enforce the rules? Does she make the rules? Jaylene, what do you think? She teaches us. Right, but what does she do about the rules? Do we still follow school rules here in the classroom?
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so we are going to start off with Louisa and do our normal reading routine. And we're going to read line by line. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, Louisa, can you start us off?
King Louis the 15th ruled over a large kingdom. It had thick forests, green fields, and
Peace.
loving people.
His tall stone castle was full of fancy furniture, beautiful paintings, and precious jewels.
But King Louis had a big problem. King Louis was a very tired man.
He was tired because he had too many jobs to do.
Finally, King Louis couldn't stand it anymore.
He told all the nobles of his kingdom to meet in the throne room.
Can you guys tell me before we go on, what is nobles? What do you think his nobles are? Marlena?
They're kind of like royals, but they don't necessarily have a height.
Very good. Yes. And they help the king make some rules, it sounds like? Okay. Keep going. Good job, guys.
King Louis marched into the throne room. He was followed by 3 pages who huffed and puffed under the weight of 3 heavy bags.
The pages
Dumped.
dumped the contents of each bag into a huge basket beside his throne.
So there sounds like, before we go on to Jacob, it sounds like there's 2 words in there that might be new to us, 2 vocabulary words. What do you think pages are? Who do you think those people are? Yes. What do you think? Terry?
When it says huff and puff, I think they're like wolves or something.
Close. The pages are kind of like assistants. Kind of like how I am here sometimes. Sometimes I help Miss Landon, kind of like an assistant, right? It's someone who helps someone else. So the pages help the king do all those things. And what do you think? Contents. What do you think contents means? Contents in the bag. What do you think? Based on reading about how it's used in the text, what can you decide that means? What do you think?
Something important.
Contents, yes. There are things in the bag. Like kind of in my purse, I have my wallet, my cell phone. I have contents, just things. Very good. Yes, Nani?
One of them
Contents in the book?
Contents in the book.
Yeah, it can be many different things. Exactly. Okay, Jacob, can you continue?
Louis sat down on a throne.
He looked at the basket and sighed. This basket is full of letters from the people of my kingdom, he said. They all need my help.
Listening to this, Louis pulled a letter out of the basket and read it.
Dear King Louis, the people of my village want to let their cows and sheep eat grass in the village square. We need a new rule to keep us from fighting about the grass. Signed, Sam the shepherd.
This is an important problem, said Louis.
But I can't spend my time making new rules for early dinner. I need help.
King Louis pulled out a second letter. Okay. So King Louis pulled out a second letter right there.
King Louis pulled out second letter out of the basket. Dear King Louis, every night somebody comes and steals my vegetables out of my garden. Please come and catch them for me. Signed,
Hungry Hannah.
first they want me to make the rules and burn. Now they want me to catch the people who break my rules. I can't do both. I don't have time. I don't have time.
King.
King Louis pulled a third letter out of the basket. Dear King Louis, I think we found the man who set fire to my farm.
Please come and help us decide if he did this dirty deed.
Sign burned out Barney. Do you see my problem? First I have to make the rules.
Then I have to see that everyone follows my rules. And now, Louis waved the third letter in the air.
Now I have to decide what to do with people accused of breaking my rules. We need rules.
We need to make sure people follow the rules. And we need to decide how to use the rules fairly.
That is too much work for me to do alone. King Louis looked at his novels. So I'm going to form 3 new groups or departments to run my kingdom more smoothly.
Next, King Louis clapped his hands 3 times.
The royal artist brought out 3 signs. Each sign described the different jobs that Louis's new departments would do. King Louis held up the first sign.
Department.
Sign Department 1 will be called the lawmaker. Said
The lawmakers will make new rules to keep the kingdom running smoothly.
King Louis held up the second sign. Department number 2 will be called the King's Garden.
Guards.
They will enforce the rules to make sure that everybody is safe, and they will catch people who break the rules. King Louis held up the third sign. Department 3 will call the judges, said Louis. They will decide what the rules mean. Then they will hold trials to decide if someone is guilty of breaking the rules.
Take this basket. Louis took his mother.
Read the letter. You want me to decide which new department should do the job
Describe.
in each letter. Now I'm going to take lead.
Very good, guys. So, why was King Louis so tired? Manuel? He had too many jobs. And where did all these jobs come from? Where did all these letters come from? Lily?
The village.
The village. Very good. And what did King Louis decide to do about these jobs? Jasmine?
He wanted other people to do it so he won't be very hungry.
So we won't be so tired, right? So as we read about, there's 3 different departments, right?
Yeah.
The first one is the lawmakers. These are the people who make the rules in the kingdom to help keep it running smoothly, right? Kind of like Principal Grace. That's what she does, right? So it's not all crazy at school. Number 2, King Louis I'm going to have the King's Guards. They're going to enforce the rule to make sure that everybody is safe. And they're going to catch people who are breaking the rules. Who catches people who break the rules here at school? Jason? Supervisor, yeah. Or Miss Rhonda. Very good. And his third department is the judges. They decide what the rules mean. They hold trials to decide if someone is guilty of breaking the rules. What do you think that means? Hazel?
It means that they will say not guilty or guilty.
Not guilty or
not guilty, then they
Right.
then if they're guilty, they gotta go to jail.
Could be, exactly. Yes, Nathan.
Isn't it true now these days it's called court?
It's called court, that's correct. So I'm going to read you guys some letters before we break into our groups. And I want you to tell me what department you think it belongs in. The lawmakers, the King's Guards, or the judges, okay? Dear King Louis, I need to get some sleep. We need a new rule in my village to stop people from making loud noises at night. Signed, Tired Mary. What do you think, Nathan?
Department of
Because why?
Because she said that she has a new role because everyone keeps making noise.
Very good. Okay, here's the second one. Dear King Louis, a musician in my village plays his trumpet until 11 o'clock every night. The rule says no loud noises late at night. Please catch him while he breaks the rules. Signed, Sleepy Marie. Louisa, what do you think?
I think his department is because the King's Guard catch people who break the rules.
Very good. Okay, and the third one. Dear King Louis, the musician admits that he plays his trumpet every night. The rule says no loud noises late at night. The musician says that 11 o'clock is not late. Can you help us decide if he is breaking the rules? Signed, Wide Awake Wayne. King, what do you think?
I think it's Department B because it says he said if that let him wait and help us decide
Decide what? What's the key word in that? I heard you say it. What are they going to do? Decide. Decide who's breaking that rule. So what does this say here? So where do you think that this one belongs? Very good. So at your tables, you each are going to get 3 different letters from villagers, and you guys are going to decide what department it belongs in. Is it the lawmakers, the King's Guard, or the judges? Okay? And when you guys are done, I want one person to come and bring your letters up and put them in their baskets. So can anyone tell me, can anyone repeat those directions back to me? What would I like you to do? Tiffany?
You want us to work as a group to figure out which department the letters go in?
Yes. And do you think that we should all crowd up front and rush up front, or should we do it? How do you think we should do it? Jack, what do you think? Yes. Okay, so take time, discuss it, and really think about where each one belongs, okay guys? So you guys can read them, and everybody is going to have 3. Where do you think that one goes? Which department?
Yeah. Because it says they should be.
Why do we need a new rule?
Okay, so I need to know what they're going to Key words in those that are going to help us figure it out. Very good. So write it when you guys say. Why do you know? Because
They will not to keep our children in school.
It could be the same.
I think it's going to be lawmakers. I think it's going to be lawmakers.
Wait, are you always supposed to? Yeah.
Read it out loud to the group.
Whole child.
So what is this group? What is Lisa? Very good. Sounds like you guys are working it out. Could be the same. Okay, class. How many groups need more time? Okay. We're doing a couple more minutes, okay?
No, so you guys will do part one, part
Yes, you can put your group number. We all have three. Class, if you guys can write your name or your group number. Write your names on it. Write your group name. And one by one, class, can I have your attention? Hazel? One by one, if you're done, you can bring up your village letters and place them in the baskets. Thank you.
She said, yeah, she did. You could just put
This one's yours.
Wait,
Yes. And I would say Tiffany R. Bryce's Zealous group. Are you guys ready? Go put them in the baskets.
the three.
Okay, so put that in the correct basket. And where do you think these belong? Where did you guys decide these ones go?
Put it in the right
Okay, and which one was this one?
Put it right there. Basket.
Okay, come put it in. Okay, did everyone put theirs in the basket? Okay, those groups that did not, I need you to put your letters in the appropriate baskets. Yes. We're going to wait, we're going to go through the letters. Okay, now we're going to go through and we're going to decide if we put them in the right departments. Let's see. This is Jason G's group. Dear King Louie, my neighbor parks his wagon on my land every night and it's ruining my grass. Can you please make a new rule that says people cannot park their wagon in someone else's property? What do you think? Right department? Yes. Why? Because, Jaylene? Exactly. Good job. Dear King Louie, I have been harvesting crops for my farmer every morning for the last month, but he refuses to pay me. We need a new rule that says farmers must pay for the people who work for them. Correct? Yes. Dear King Louie, my daughter Sally won't go to school. She says she doesn't care about learning. We need a new law to keep our children in school. Right one? Yes. Dear King Louie, every morning farmers hurry and get their fruits and vegetables to the market ahead of each other. They race past my front door on their heavy wagons. It's very dangerous. We need a new rule to keep the farmers from racing their wagons through our village. Right, department? Yes. You guys can give me a thumbs up if you don't want to talk out loud. Dear King Louie, this is King's group. Dear King Louie, the two knights from your kingdom keep fighting in our pastures. We need our pastures to grow crops and feed the cows. We need a new rule to keep the knights from ruining our pastures. Yes. Good. Wow, you guys are on fire with this. Good job. Dear King Louie, someone keeps stealing milk from our cows late at night when we are sleeping. We need a new rule to keep the people from stealing our milk. Yes. Dear King Louie, someone has been sneaking onto my land and shooting deer that live there. We need a new rule that says animals belong to the people who own the land. Yes? Yes. I think you guys got the new, let me see. Dear King Louie, I own a mill in my village. Last month, I ground Tom Pitt's corn. He had no money to pay me. Now he refuses to pay me. We need a new rule saying that people must pay for their corn when they grind it. Yes. Dear King Louie, this is my sample. I read that one too. Okay, Department 2. Let me see. Tiffany R. Yes.
Whose group is who?
Some of them have names and some of them don't. So let's listen and see if you guys recognize which one, because everybody had different letters. No one had the same letter. Dear King Louie, the farmer I worked for paid me last week, but didn't pay me for this week, even though I worked every day. Can you please enforce this rule to make sure every worker gets paid when they're supposed to? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Why? What's the key word in that? Nani? Enforce. And what do the King's Guards do? Enforce. Okay, dear King Louie, I found some villagers riding their horses across my fields in the early morning on the way to the market instead of taking the road. They're supposed to stay off my land. Can you please catch these villagers who are breaking the rules? Yes. Because why? What are they doing? Catching, right? Good job. Dear King Louie, I saw Sally slip off in the next village on a school day. Your new rule says all children must go to school. Please catch Sally when she breaks this rule. Yes? Yes. Dear King Louis, yesterday 2 of your knights got in a big fight. Their horses stomped all the wheat in my field. Your new rule says, no knight shall fight in the farmer's fields. Please catch these knights who are breaking the rules. Yes. That was Jaylene's group. Oh. Dear King Louis, yesterday a farmer nearly ran over my child. The new rule says, farmers must drive slowly through the village. Please enforce the rules to make sure everyone is safe from these farmers. Yes?
Yes.
So reading this letter, what do we have? How can we compare this to something like today? Can we drive as fast as we want on the streets?
No.
No. What do we have?
Speed limit.
Speed limit. And who enforces that?
Cop.
Cops. So who would the cops be like?
Street guards.
Good job, guys. Dear King Louis, yesterday my son was almost killed by a man who was hunting deer in the forest. These hunters are not following the law. Please come and make sure that everybody is safe. Yes. Who makes sure that we're safe at school? Angel? Advisors. And who else? Grigor?
The principals.
And our teachers, right? Very good. Dear King Louis, Bill Miller owns a mill in our village. Every time I take the corn to his mill to be ground, he steals some from me. Would you help me catch him stealing? Yes. Dear King Louis, last night we saw 2 people trying to steal milk from our cows and milk from our goats. Can you please catch these people who are breaking the rules? Yes. I don't think I've seen one wrong. You guys are really on top of it. Good job, class. Dear King Louis, my neighbors who own the land next to mine keep throwing trash in my yard. The new rule says you cannot put anything on someone else's property without their permission. Can you please hold a trial to decide if my neighbor is breaking the rules? Yes. What's the key word in that? Nani? Trial. Anyone else? Anyone else hear another word? Kiara? Decide. Very good. Dear King Louis, one of our guards caught Sally slip-off skipping school. Sally says she's not a child anymore. Please hold a trial to decide what your new rule means. All children must go to school. Good? Yes. Dear King Louis, I've been working at the mill every day for the last 5 months. Last week I missed 2 days because I got hurt working. The mill owner said because I was out for 2 days, I can't get paid for the whole week. Please hold the trial to decide what your new rule means. Every worker is paid for the work that they perform. Yes. Good job. Dear King Louis, one of our guards caught a farmer racing his wagon through our village. The farmer says he was driving slowly. Please hold a trial to decide what your new rule means when it says farmers must drive slowly. What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
So, I don't know if any of your parents, sometimes when people get speeding tickets, sometimes they say, I wasn't speeding, I don't know what you're talking about. Where would they go to decide whether or not they should pay that ticket? Court. Nathan?
Court.
Yes. And who would decide that? Who's the person there? Grigor?
The judge.
The judge. Awesome. Dear King Louis, one of your guards saw someone stealing one of our cows for milk. The rule says no farmer should steal any animals for goods or from another farmer. Please hold the trial to decide if this person is guilty of breaking the rules. Yes, yay or nay? Yay. Dear King Louis, my family is hungry. I need to be able to hunt wild animals in the forest. Wild animals belong to no one. Please come and decide what this rule means. Animals belong to people who own the land. What do you think? Yay. Okay, 2 more because you guys got this. Dear King Louis, one of your guards saw 2 knights fighting in a farmer's wheat field. The rule says, no knight shall fight in the farmer's fields. Both knights said that they were slaying a dragon on that day and nowhere near the field. Please hold a trial to decide if the 2 knights are guilty breaking the rules. Yay. Yep, Louis's group. Last one. Dear King Louis, Tom Pitt and Bill Miller have been fighting about grinding corn in the mill. They argue day and night. the new rule says that people must pay the miller when he grinds their corn. Please come and decide if anybody is guilty of breaking the rules.
Yay!
Very good. You guys got that. Really clear, class. Good job. So, does anyone know what our three branches of government are called? By any chance? Justin?
Executive, legislative, judicial?
Very good. Does anyone know what those words mean? Who do you think? So if we have legislative, judicial, and executive, does anyone know what Congress is? Marlena, what's Congress?
They're like secretaries of state.
They're kind of the people who help make the laws, correct? They're the lawmakers. They're called legislative. So, who would the legislative department be? Based on King Louis. What department do you think legislative would be? Jacob, what do you think?
The lawmakers.
The lawmakers. And who do you think the executive branch? Who's the executive branch? Lily?
Department
The King's Guards. Who is our executive branch? Who's that? Frida? Who represents that here in the United States?
The lawmakers.
Close. Keep thinking.
The judge.
Who did we vote in? Who do we vote for every 4 years? Who is that person? He's the one we see on TV all the time. They make all the important speeches. The president. And who is our president again? Barack Obama. So executive branch, that's our president. Does he make all the rules?
No.
And who's like our judicial branch? Terry? Which department? Who's like judicial? Based on King Louis's kingdom.
I think it's department.
They're the judges. They're where I'd go if I got a speeding ticket.
I was gonna say that.
Which one? Which one do you think?
Department 3.
Awesome. Department 3, right?
Yeah, you just told me that.
Very good. So, this is, what was lawmakers again? What branch was that called? Tiffany?
Yeah.
There's two names that we could use. Justin, help us out with one. Do you remember what it was, Justin? Legislative, yes. Oop. So this one was legislative. Oh, our marker's kind of dying over here. This one was legislative. And who is this? Jason? Executive, yes. And who is this? Hagine? Judicial. Very good. So we have three branches of government because unlike King Louis, who was so tired of making all the rules, Americans in the past and present don't think that one person should make all the rules, right? President Obama doesn't make all the rules. So we have three different branches. What do you think that does? What does that do? Having three different departments. How did these departments help King Louis? Frida?
So doesn't get all tired and worn out?
Yes. And it looks to me like they're sharing the responsibility, right? They're sharing who's making the rules and who's running the country. So here at school, who do you think would represent each branch? Jason, what do you think? Can you give me an example of one?
The executive would be Rhonda and Simone.
Very good. Who do you? Can someone give me an example of official? What do you think, Frida?
The principal.
The principal. Because she decides if someone's breaking the rules, right? Terry, can you give the example of legislative? Who makes the rules here at school?
The principal.
The principal? How about here in our own classroom? Who makes the rules in our own classroom? Lindsay?
Miss Landon.
Very good. Very good. So part of how we got our constitution, how our government runs, we're called a democracy. So what do you think a democracy means? Based on the fact that we have 3 different branches. What do you think that means? Jacob?
I think that means that not one of the people can do a thing that the other people don't agree with.
Exactly. It's a division of powers. Division of power. Very good, guys. Okay, so for independent practice, I'm going to give you guys a little sheet, and you're going to tell me what each group does. Okay? Great work, guys.
Miss Todd,